What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Real Talking Healthy Food. We're going to try this one more again, okay? Make sure when you come in the building, you coming in liking, you coming in subscribing, you're dropping a unicorn or a teddy bear of your choice because the Care Bears is in the house, okay? So today, this show is real quick. A few things to help build your immune system because after all, it's Real Talking Healthy Food and we all about that all day long, okay? So real quick, I'm going to give you a really quick soup recipe and where this recipe came from and what you could put together real quick if you want to make this and freeze it, if you want to make it for the week. This is an immune boosting recipe, okay? I've been making this for a very long time, so I'm going to tell you, there's many ways you can remix this, but let's start with the background. So I was in the health food store when I was out living out east for a while, and I was reading a men's health magazine, and it was talking about ways that you could cure the common cold with healthy items, healthy foods, and things like that. So they have this list of things that treated certain things that causes a cold. So with that, I read all the ingredients and I came up with the soup. I wrote everything down that wasn't meat and I just took it down and I bought all the shit and made a fucking soup because I was like, wow, if we take all this, put it in the soup, then that will be booming to somebody's body. And I was absolutely right. So I'm sharing my little soup secret with you. I'm not going to give you all my secret, but I'll give you the general basis because the power is in the food and hopefully you and your family could benefit from this, okay? So now what I'm going to need you to do is get your pen and pad because we're going to run through this real quick. And if you can't keep up, just make sure that you stop, rewind, and get what it is that you need. I'm going to put the ingredients in the description box. And this is going to be loosely based. It's not going to be any specific measurements, but the example would be for about 3 or 4 people. Okay. So this is my favorite base. Initially, the base started with your basic base, like water and then some vegetables, and you let that become the flavoring of the water, which eventually turns into broth, right? But over the years, I'm gonna share my favorite one. I came up with this broth because back in the day when I was super bad and modeling and stuff, and I had to keep my waistline down. These are the things that I would eat for the week. Like that was all I would eat. And then also it's perfect for if you got a cold. This soup is gonna kick that cold's motherfucking ass. It ain't no way of sugarcoating it. This is what's gonna happen, okay? So boom. So what you're gonna do is take 3 yams, okay? So there's about 4 people. If there's some hungry motherfuckers, you might want to get 4 or 5, okay? But let's just say we saving here. We're gonna do it for as cheap as we can, okay? So here we go. 3 yams. What you're gonna do is chop them up in big chunks and do about maybe 4 or 5 cups of water because we're gonna be adding stuff to this, okay? Then what you're going to do is take about 8 garlic cloves. Let's keep it an even number. 8 garlic cloves. And then you're going to take a white potato and you're going to just, not a white potato, a white onion. And you're going to cut it in quarters. So just 1, 2, and then be petty. One more half, okay? Throw it in there, right? Let that percolate for a second. While that's percolating, what you're gonna do is grab your seasoning. So I don't like to use salt. But I use ingredients that already have salt in them. So what I would use is a vegetable broth if I'm not making my own broth initially, okay? Because that's a whole nother step that you could do before that, okay? Which I'll give you that bonus at the end, but we're gonna run it through real quick, okay? So boom, it's percolating. You want to add, so say it's me, vegetable broth, you know what I'm saying? A little extra garlic powder because I'm petty, some turmeric, some paprika, some pepper, some oregano. Heavy on the oregano because it has a lot of good benefits in it. let that percolate and get cracking. Okay, so you want to make sure everything is so soft that you could take a spoon, okay, and smash it down with nothing. That's how soft everything has to be before you move forward. If your liquid goes down, then add 2 more cups of water, and then we move on to the next thing. While all that was cooking, your broth was cooking, you should have been cleaning your red beans or already had them soaked, okay? Or your dark red beans or black beans, okay? Or either your navy beans. Or if you want to be extra healthy, you're going to stay with the lentil or navy beans. Those are going to be the ones that are the most beneficial. But if you want to just spend $1.29 right quick, then you're going to get your red beans or black beans. Actually, lentils are about $1.29, $1.19 for a pack. So a lot of times they're on sale. But you want to get the best beans. So for the particular recipe, I use the dark red beans because they just taste better in soup. You want to dice up 3 carrots, okay? Carrots are 99 cents. Get your carrots, shred them, clean them, dice up 3, add it to the pot. You want to get 3 firm tomatoes, whatever your favorite is. Dice those up, throw them in there. You want to get about 4 cups of kale. So it'll be about this high. So if you're not in the measurements, you're going to probably use almost the whole bag, if not the whole bag. Now, if you're cooking for 3, you're going to use a little over than half and use the rest for your sandwiches or whatnot. So, about 3 or 4 cups. Now, with that kale, what's really, really important is you dice it up as little as you could get it. Because you want to make sure it's in every bite. Like, not niggas just choking on the big leaves. You want it really diced. And I found this more palatable with that. And you can sneak more green. And that is the part of the yams, and the kale is the part of the soup that's going to be kicking ass in that motherfucker. So it's really important to try to dice it up and incorporate as much of that in it as you can. So once you want to go back in it real fine, almost like the oregano, okay? Let that cook down. Once that's cooked down, um, you can, also you want to add your celery to it, and boom, you're in the mix. Oh, and if you're fancy, you want to add another onion. So I would add a red onion and dice that up, add that in there. Or if you don't, just add another onion for flavor. And then also 2 green bell peppers. If you have sweet peppers as well, then you want to add as many red ones as you can to that. If you're balling in the mixing, you could just flat out get red ones. Then I would tell you to get use 2 green, 1 red, or 2, whatever your flavor is, but you want to get those red and greens in the mix, okay? Let that sit and cook for about an hour, hour and a half, depending on the texture of the vegetables. But you want to make sure they're very soft. You want to cook it down. It can look just like the soup you buy in the store. You just have to give it time. So you boil it all up and you cook it down for about an hour on low, on almost low. But where it's right up there, you want to come right about dink right there, and you're good to go. If you're real petty like me, I'm gonna throw me some more garlic powder in there, a little bit more turmeric, because I need that action, okay? And then a little bit more of my vegetable broth, some more pepper, top my seasonings off, and let it do its thing, okay? And I almost forgot the honey when you're making the broth. So we rewind all the way back. I'm sorry, but when you got your water and your yams and all that, when you're making your base, you want to add the honey there. If you don't got honey and you just got like raw maple syrup, use that. If you got, you can use, even if you use like different sweeteners like coconut sugar or something like that, you're in the house, you're good to go. But if you got sugar and stuff like that, fuck that. You skip that all together, okay? Because we're trying to kick this shit's ass. We don't need nothing to fuck up the process, okay? And so now we back, we let it boil, boom, now you serve it up with whatever you serving it up with, and you got you some soup, okay? So that soup is gonna whoop whatever's ass. It's gonna, and if you add enough spice, so say you're really fighting something, If you're really fighting something, then you're going to kick up that cayenne pepper up a notch, okay? A couple of notches, because you want it to be, because it's going to be the bomb, number one. And then number two, when you take that bite, you want that shit to force that shit out your nose. You want your, that ha 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 action. You want that. You want that. That shit that make you go, that action, okay? You want that, because it's going to pull all that out of here, and you're going to start hooking it up. So spit that shit out, keep it pushing, okay? And in the mix of that, if you are dealing with something, you want to get you some nice water, add you some lime to it, okay? Not the lemon, but the lime. Now let's get off into this tea action. Now this is something you can have just sitting in the refrigerator, okay? Now, if you're in the mix and you're good to go and your pockets is on deck, if you want to get a big, you could get like a over 2 pounds of honey for $14, which is a deal. Okay, but if you're balling on the budget and you're trying to get in the healthy life, what you need to do is go to Walmart or order it off of Walmart. If your Walmart is all fucked up because of the bullshit, then but you want to get your oils and honeys from Walmart. Okay, that's where you're going to get the deal for the good brands. It's just what it is. I did the research. Trust me. Now, let's say you're going to spend a little bit more to have more over time. Get the big one for 14.86, okay? If you're just like, yo, I'm getting it for this week, but I'm going to plan in a few weeks to get the big joint, get the natural Walmart brand for 6.88, okay? You're going to get your bang for the buck, and that's what we doing around here, okay? So that one's going to be a like 6.88. It's a better option than sugar, and that's all you could do. Now, another option that you could do for about the same quantity, where you could last about 2 weeks before you get back thirst. We're trying to get off the sugar, okay? You could get coconut sugar. And coconut sugar is a good option, but it has an acquired taste. So if you have an extra $5 or $6, because it's either 4.88 or 5.88 for the coconut palm, I wish I had one, but I moved on to honey. That's why I'm not vegan, because honey has a lot of health benefits. Okay, but there's a really good brand for 14.86, or the Walmart brand for 6.88, which will last about the same amount of time. And I make about 2 pictures per week out of that 6.88, and it will last 2 pictures for 2 weeks. So you'll have 2 pictures one week, 2 pictures of tea the next week, and it'll be sweet and good and not petty and dry. Because don't nobody got time for no petty dry ass tea. I'm just trying to say. Now, we're going to keep it in the budget like where I started, before I started really investing in healthy things, right? So let's say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our little budget. This is what we're going to do. So to get the 6.88 one, then you're going to spend another $5 for your tazo tea. Now, if you can't do no tazo tea, you get your Bigelow 2 for $5, or you just get one if it's just for you. Now, if it's for the fam, you're going to have to come out that $5, because you're going to get like 40 bags, okay? Now, if you gonna really do the damn thing, then you could go to Amazon and get 100 pack for 20 something, which is way more for in the long range of things, right? But let's say we staying on a budget, okay, bitch? We spent $11 on this motherfucking tea, bitch, okay? But it's gonna last, you know what I'm saying? And you really can't just, with these types of things, it's a lifestyle thing. So you're not gonna make these 2 pitchers of tea and then go buy a soda at the store. That defeats the whole purpose of doing it. So get your little tea bottle, because I recycle every fucking thing, jars, all that. So you get your little tea bottle, rinse it out, and pour it up with your good shit, okay? So the brands, Tazo and Bigelow. Now, I ain't balling in the mix where I can get the real shit, but that's up there, okay? That's really up at the top. So what you could do is you get, like, because you're making 2 pictures, you know what I'm saying? It's for the same amount of people, and you niggas can't be just gulping it up, because you're supposed to be drinking water. So if you need that sweet action, then this is what you can to keep still have some nourishment. Okay, so boom, so you got your little You would now here we'll include the bonus. So say you got your little $5 green tea, and you're good to go. So you add about, like, what I like to do is I'll get about 6 of those, and then I'll get like 4 of the Bigelow chamomile tea. Okay, the chamomile honey or chamomile vanilla. Okay, and I'll get 4 of those. Put 6 of the green tea, 4 of those. Let it sit. I mix up my honey while it's hot. Add the tea, boom, you in the house. Now, say you sounded like this, like how I'm sounding right now, which I didn't do my meal prep because I had a project that did not work out, so we're not going to go there, okay? But your girl was trying to do something, and it didn't work out. Henceforth, why I don't got no braids right now, and henceforth, why my meal prep ain't done. Okay. Anywho, what you gonna do now? You gotta kick it up a notch. You're sounding like your girl, Dusty Crusty. You're giving that Family Guy lowest action. You need to clear this shit up, right? So what you gonna do? You just need 2 little gingers. It's gonna be $1 something because they be taxing. But if you could go to an international market, go there. If you got a lot of people and you could, then you need to go to the international market. If you're going to your regular Kroger, don't go to Walmart. Go to Kroger, okay? Or your Tops or your Rouse. Anything like that, they're going to be charging $5.99 and $6.99 a pound. But luckily for you, 2 big pieces of that is going to be $1.50. So don't let the price fool you. You don't even need that much, okay? While they trying to play games. So, say this is the ginger. The ginger size is going to be like this, but it's going to be all weird shaped, right? You're going to need about tink, that much for 1 picture. Doink, that much for the other picture, okay? And you wrap the bitch up and put it back in the refrigerator. Bam, bam, okay? So what you would do while you got that water piping hot, when you got your honey down at the bottom, and if it's really bad, then you need to add some bigger chunks because that ginger is gonna bust through all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You pour it over that and you keep it pushing. You add your tea bags and bam bam, okay? Now if you really need some action and you're fucked up and you're really sick, right? Instead of drinking just the regular orange juice and you ain't got no juicer or whatnot, what you want to do, here's another little bonus drink, and then I'm going to bring it back to the soup. A little bonus drink that you can make too is you could take your ginger, your lemon, your oranges, and maybe even some fruit. Excuse me, some grapefruit, but have a lot of ginger in there and boil that shit up with your honey and just keep boiling that shit up, boiling it up, and you want it like real soft. Once it's real soft, all that stuff is going to start emulsifying and breaking down into it. Once you do that, what I like to do, now other cultures, I was with a Haitian dude for a long time, so that's how I know a lot of this, some things, a lot of things, and the other things I learned on my own. But I like to take a strainer. Some niggas is raw dog. That ain't your girl, okay? So I'll take a strainer and pour that shit over that. Now that's something I would do if I was sick, and take that and make it a hot tassi. Depending on how fucked up I am. Now if I'm dealing with pneumonia, I'm gonna make a hot toddy. However the fuck you say it. I'll make one of them hot things, wrap myself up, and keep it moving. We could talk about how to heal that too. But if it's just like you got a cold, then you just want to drink that and rest. But you do need about, you need to take 1,000 or 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C 3 times a day, as well as if you don't have a high dosage of D3, then you want to take it at least twice a day. But don't fuck yourself up. 2 is good. Okay. Now those are your 2 drinks. Now why did I want to bring it back to the soup? Now, just like the pea soup, if you go back and watch that recipe, because I made it for that time of the year, because it does the same thing. Now that one kicks ass a little bit more because it's just like a straight shot of real shit. Not like this one is, but green foods are the best foods for you. I just like anything green anyway. But just like the pea soup, when you're making your broth, first thing you would do is take your water, take about 8 or 10 bags of tea, depending on how petty you want to be. So sometimes, like, I'll get the Kroger brand or the whatever brand of green tea just to have extra, and I'll mix it with the super fancy shit if I'm doing something like this. So I would take maybe, 5 bags of the Kroger, 6 bags of the tazo, let it marinate in there, and I will over steep it to make it very, very strong. You know what I'm saying? And then proceed in making the broth. And that's that's not going to do anything but add more antioxidants, more minerals that your body needs to assist in kicking whatever's ass. You know what I'm saying? And if it's extra bad, you're extra like congested like me, then you want to get that pepper popping in your system so you could, because it's going to pull it, and what it's going to make you do is be able to go real good, and you're going to that shit out your nose, out your everything, okay? So boom, boom. Okay, so that's how you can get that together in 2.0 and get yourself on deck. If you can't, say you can't afford no essential oils because they can be costly, and if you're going to be buying stuff, you might as well get the real shit, right? But say you can't do that and you're really fucked up and you just really need a wet, you could keep it real hood, okay? Get you a pot of hot water, throw you some Vicks in that motherfucker, and let it percolate. Okay, that's what you could do. But if you can afford to get some eucalyptus oils, then go ahead and invest in yourself and get that shit. Get you some drops, you'll be on deck. Like 2, 4, 5 of those. If it's just you, cool. But add accordingly, okay? But if you can't and it's just you go on down to the Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree and get you one for about $1.50, depending on what store you go to. Put that shit in the bottom of a pot, heat that water up, put the towel over your head, and let everything run out. It's gonna get real nasty in that bitch. You ain't but let it run out. Blow that shit out, okay? You cannot keep that shit in, okay? Don't let that shit sit inside you. And I cannot stress to you enough. If you are dealing with any kind of, like, I haven't ate dairy in hella long, okay? And I'm still fucked up. Now imagine this what I sounded like. I wish my brother, his insert brother, kid, nigga. But anyway, I'm just saying, you got to eliminate that dairy. I mean, even if it's temporary, you know what I'm saying? Even if you do it sometimes, however you need to do it, especially when you're sick, you cannot be eating no dairy. That's why when you extra sick, that's why the doctor be like, don't eat nothing. You need to give your body a break. It needs to get just liquids just for that day or two so you can give your body a chance to break that shit down. If you're sick, another good thing to do is drink nothing but teas up until the evening time. So your body could push all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So that's another way to do to get that together. So those are some quick things you could throw off in the refrigerator and keep it on deck. Well, now that orange tea or whatever, you want to take that while you're sick and constantly consume it. As in this example I just gave, not eating shit till the end of the day, and then going forward to that from there. Now, here's some things that you're going to have to go by. Okay, so now let's just say you're balling in the mix, right? And you could get whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what you're going to do is get your vitamin C. I would get a vitamin C liquid if you can. The liposome vitamin C is good too. But if you can't do that, then you want to get your a high IU of vitamin C. So whatever that number is, if that's the potency. I got paint all under my nail, but that's the potency level. So if you could get a high one, then if you can't and you just got that Dollar Tree action, then what you gonna do is take 3 of them shits 3 times a day. If you gotta preserve your shits, then take 2 a day. 2, 3 times a day. Or whenever you think about it. Whatever you take them shits, make sure it's a double dose, okay? Vitamin D3. I had to get prescribed this from a doctor, and that's when I realized how important it was. But you need that vitamin D, not that other vitamin D. Vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is going to get you on that. That's the shit that you get from the sun. But that, and on top of being outside, you're going to extra be on deck. So you want to incorporate that into your action every day. Another thing that you could do is start taking your black seed oil and a dressing that I just came up with a cup last night. Actually, what I did was took some olive oil. I took some olive oil, some crushed up garlic. Well, I emulsified the garlic really, really tough. Added that, some oregano, some pepper, um, a little bit of that broth stuff, and then some yeah, I already had the olive oil and I added the honey. Bitch, who wasn't in here cracking and smacking? So boom, that's a really quick one right there. But oh, and I added my black seed oil. That was the thing, because it has that spicy flavor. Kind of reminds you of arugula when it's added to something. But you want to add some of that too. So that's another way to get it to ingest that shit. But make sure you get your black seed oil. Keep you some oregano oil on deck too, and that could be used for a lot of things. I'm gonna come back one of these days and list everything and why. But right now I'm just going through like some real quick, um, easy things that a person who doesn't have a lot of dough could get and keep them and their family on deck if they own the Dollar Tree action or they got to get the Walmart brand or whatever, all the way up to the person who could get whatever brand. Okay, but we got to make sure we include those who done lost their gigs and shit like that, because niggas got to get it on deck however they got to. Okay, so you want to get your vitamin A in as well. Get the vitamin A so you can keep kicking ass. If you're feeling low on energy and things like that, then get you a shot of B12. If you could do that or get you a liquid version of that, let me tell you, it's going to bring you back. It's zero point 0.2. Get you some vitamin zinc as well. Get that cracking and you'll be in the house, okay? Now that right there is a basic ass list of things you can have. Now, of course, you can add things on like spirulina, whatever. Okay, a lot of these I'm going to be messing up, but I got my little shipment. Well, I'll be ordering my shipment. I'll be updating what I got on Friday. But I'm getting A through zinc in one shot. And if you do it like that, if you do it and get those large quantities at one time and prepare for that, especially if you're on a budget. If you get those like that, then you'll be on deck for a longer time. And a lot of these things, the expiration date is really far away. So like even my black seed oil, I got the biggest one, and it lasted me almost 2 years using it every day for different things like face, hair, skin recipes, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And just like the coconut oil I buy, they have a twin pack at Walmart for $17. And that one pack lasts me a whole year. So you see what I'm saying? So it's all about that too. So you gotta think in your budget, and then once you get more on deck, start investing in better things. So yes, ideally you might want to get that manuka oil, but that doesn't mean until you get there, right? Manuka honey, excuse me. You ideally I would want you to get manuka oil. Hell, right now I want to get manuka oil for myself, but ain't nobody jumping on here and telling you that shit is 17, 20 something dollars for a little ass jar. And so that's keeping it fucking real. Now, so if you're balling in the mix and 20 something dollars for something that's little is something that you could do, then by all means do that and invest in your health. I mean, I cannot wait to be on deck like you, because I will be spending $100 on that because I meal prep. So I'm thinking about the week ahead. Or I'm trying to do what's easy because I'm trying to do things during the week. You feel me? So, but if you're not able to do that, there's no reason to not try to get your body and your mind and your palate used to a healthier option until you're able to get that upper echelon version of honey and tea. You see what I'm saying? Because before I got the Bigelow and the Tazo, which used to be a stretch for your girl, okay? I had to Kroger brand it up. Okay, and bitch who was not in the house with her honey. I got a honey pack of them motherfuckers for $3.19 right there in the cabinet. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Now I tried the coconut or sugar with the tea, and that's not my jam. But I would put that in my cornbread. You see what I'm saying? So these different types of sweeteners, you could play with them to see what best fits and then move forward. Do it week by week, paycheck to paycheck, and really budget it out. And before you know it, it ain't gonna be a thing. You're gonna be like, this what I gotta get. You're gonna be so used to it that it's nothing. You see what I'm saying? And then if you're a person who doesn't eat meat, all that money that you spend on meat, you're gonna be spending it on those substitutes. You see what I'm saying? That's where, so you're in the long run, you're still going to be spending the same amount of money. Except you're going to be making healthier options. You see what I'm saying? And now the reason why my grocery bill be extra high is because I'm a fancy bitch, and that's how I spoil myself. Okay, I wine and dine. Okay, and I like to try new things. So that's my thing. I don't really go out. I don't do a lot of things, but that's just my thing. So the sun is setting. I'm about to have zero light, and but yeah, I just wanted to come through and let you know some ways you could build your immune system. And I will be lacing you with more, but I think that's a good start for anybody who could go and add that in addition to what you would normally get. Or if that's what you're like, say you just wanted to make that soup for a week and you're cooking for 5 days, like on dogs. I used to spend $27 a week on groceries when I was modeling. That's it. And it was for that recipe that I just gave you. $27 a week. And sometimes it'll be with the yams and sometimes it'll be without the yams. $27 a week. And that's including my pack of water. No, I take it back. It was $35 a week. It was $35 a week, depending on the week, because I would be getting my water too. I would get my packs of water and other things included, but I was never over $40, and that's just for me. So if you're a single person and you're looking for that kind of idea, then do that. You see what I'm saying? And you'll be on deck. So anyway, that's all I got for you in regard to that. Make sure if you dig in the recipe, you like, comment, and subscribe. We got to watch the sunset together on my face. And I laced you on how to get yourself together so you can fight the Rona. You dig? So this fro got me saying you dig and groovy and all kind of else shit. But yeah, your girl gonna get her some braids cracking because we can't be doing twist outs every day. That shit's for the birds. And plus, I want my fro to be bigger. So anyway, y'all, make sure you drop your unicorns. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. Oh, and I'll order me a nail drill. I'm gonna show you how to get yourself together real quick too. And everything I did and everything I bought to get myself together and how you could get yourself together too. And if you want to be ahead of the game, what you could do is take yourself to Amazon and order you a drill for $23. And if you order now, you could get it by Friday, okay? Or Saturday. So I got to get my nails. I ordered it today so I could get my nails together on Thursday so I can start braiding my hair that night and hopefully be done on Friday night. And I can have the weekend to myself to get my project together. And then this weekend, I'll be sharing with you guys what I have attempted to do this weekend, but it just didn't work out. So the sun has set. It's time to put my little plants away. You guys, I can't say it enough. We're almost at a whole stack of y'all being on the team. I'm gonna need you to share if you care, share if you dare, especially if you a motherfucking what? Care Bear, okay? So peace, love, and hair grease and all that jazz. And please subscribe. Please like if you fucks with your girl. If you're looking for more recipes, as always, hit me up on the gram at Real Talking Healthy Food. Somebody done pulled up in the Jeep. I gotta go see who that is. And you guys have a good, safe night. I ain't talking about the Rona. I'm talking about the other shit. Stay woke. You feel me? All right. I'm out.